Welcome to Backstage with Chris live. We are being joined by Amanda Decker of ClearPath Medical. It's keto, it's carnivore, it's proper human diet. It is all sorts of amazing things. And we're going to talk about the power of community. Y'all hang tight. Let's have a good time today. Backstage with Chris. Hello, welcome backstage with Chris, my friends. I'm so glad that whoever you are watching because this is a fun episode and we have a wonderful, amazing, and a beautiful guest, one of our very, very good friends, the one and only Amanda Decker. Amanda, thank you so much for joining.
You're so welcome. But you know what? I'm not the one and only. There are three of me. And at one time, all three of me lived in the same county in Tennessee. It was confusing.
Well, listen, there might be three, but there's only one that can do what you do, and that's all that
That is true.
matters.
That is very true.
That is all that matters. Well, guys, we're going to talk about community. We are going to talk about some opportunity for you to plug into community, especially if you are working on turning your health around. Maybe you're trying to change your diet. Maybe you're trying to get your hormones under control. Maybe you're trying to lose the weight. Maybe you're trying to be more active. Amanda is an expert at helping people in all of these different places, and she is actually a really important part of my private community. I can't imagine that it would be nearly as cool as it is without her in there. And we're going to talk all about what she does through ClearPath Medical, what she does in our private community, the band, and we're just going to hopefully answer some questions and help you guys out a little bit. And maybe there's something else that she'll be able to whip out as a surprise of some kind of great information tonight. You just never know on live TV. All right, let's see who we got here. Let's say hello. Drop it in the chat. Let us know you guys are watching. If you are brand new here, say hello. We'd love to give you a shout out. And if you have questions, we'll try to get to as many as we can. Drop them in, especially if you can put like cues in front of them so that we can tell that they're a question as we're scanning through. That would be great. My brother Jeff Cox is in the house, says, first, hello, beautiful PhD peeps at a rest stop in Memphis, Indiana. Listen tonight, but not interact as I drive back to Chicago. Love you, Mel, and you too, Chris and Ash. And of course, I know he said further down here somewhere that he loves Amanda as well. Um, Jeff was, yeah, there it is right there. Says, love you too, Amanda, in a non creepy platonic way.
Got it.
Jeff was actually here at our house, and we were filming a video of these amazing steaks that we had for dinner last night together. So, yes, very, very, very good, good dude right there. Dustin Keto Simple in the house, and he has all of these places where Amanda is certified to help you guys. Now, you just told me that you just got a new license today, right?
Yeah, I got an email today that Illinois is now on the list. So I think that's, I don't know, 27 states maybe now. I'd have to count them all up, but
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So you guys, you can go to clearpathmedical.net and you can look to see what information is there about what Amanda is doing. And if she is licensed to help you in your state, you can reach out and try to get on that list and maybe she can help you guys out. So very, very cool. You can see all the places where she is certified to help you guys. That's amazing. 66 Horse Jumper is here. Hey, Ash and Chris, it's your pal from Prince Edward Island, Canada. Love you guys. We love you too, my friend. And Auntie is here. She says, "Yay, so excited to make a live again, and the day before my birthday." Well,
Happy
Auntie,
birthday!
happy birthday. And I feel like I remembered this, but it just sort of reminded me that tomorrow is her birthday because there's another birthday tomorrow that I would love you guys to give us a shout out. So of course, wish Auntie in the comments a happy birthday. Also, wish Mom Nashville a happy birthday because she's turning at least 29 tomorrow, I think, and she is probably out having some fun and partying it up with my dad somewhere. So, but Mama Nashville is, like I said, probably turning 29 tomorrow. So, happy birthday to Mama Nashville. Happy birthday to Auntie, a day early. So, love both of you. Lynn is here, 22Q Cat. Hello, Lynn. Good to see you. She's wishing Auntie a happy birthday. I love this. Auntie says, my roommate gave me an early birthday present, 2 packs of sugar-free, no nitrate bacon. That's a heck of a birthday gift right there. Amanda, what's your favorite bacon or similar type thing that you would like for your birthday? Do you
Oh
like the
my.
no bacon or the no sugar bacon as a birthday gift?
I mean, yes, I would totally take. I'll take bacon at any point. But my dad and I kind of do this trade up on our birthdays. There's a little local meat shop here in Dixon, and they
Okay.
carry some unique pieces of meat. So, like last year on my birthday, my dad gave me kangaroo. So I had a kangaroo backstrap, essentially, was what I got for my birthday. And I think for his birthday, I bought him camel, like ground camel to eat. I mean, they all kinds of unique stuff. And we're like, what can we find today that's going to be for your birthday? So it's kind of our thing that we go back and forth with.
That is so cool. I love doing that. What a great way to like just lean into the uniqueness of all the things we can eat and still
Yep.
like not compromise our diet by eating like a whole birthday cake or something, right?
Yep. Yep. I mean, I'll stick
I
a candle in it.
love
It'll
that.
be fine.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Nothing wrong with a candle and a backstrap.
Mm-mm.
Maritza is here. Hello, Maritza, saying hi to everybody. Appreciate you. We got Maritza, we've got Auntie, we've got Dustin, all of them rock star moderators here on the channel. Thank you guys for all that you do. Sandy is in the house. Hi, Chris and Amanda. Good to see you. Matt, DJ Magic Band is here. Evening band fam from the DC metro area. He's one of our band members, as is Jeff, as is Auntie, as are many of the people who are here. I love that. Candy in the house. Good evening from Coleman, Alabama. Worship 101 for today. I love that. That's a great name. I'm so glad that you are here. Kimberly Reed in the house. Mary is in the house from Central Illinois. Hey, Amanda just got a license up your way. That's
Yep.
awesome. Lynn Reed, hello from 106-degree North Texas. Great to see Chris and Amanda on together tonight. That's hot.
Yes.
That is hot. I tell you what, it's better in Nashville today than it was yesterday. Yesterday was very hot, but today I walked outside a couple times. It's actually kind of nice today.
Mhm. Yep. I'm going
Enjoying
to
it.
go for a walk when we're done with this. I've been trying to walk early in the morning, which is one of the things. So, in the band, I've issued a walking
Mm-hmm.
challenge, encouraging everybody to kind of set their own goals. So, wherever you're at,
Mm-hmm.
whether it is 100 steps a day because you've been sedentary for too long, or whether it's like me who's going for 50 miles in the month of August. So I got to get another
Yeah.
mile in because I've been walking early morning and late evening because otherwise I'm melting.
I love it. I love it. Ash has been doing that walking challenge. I've been trying to keep up with her as much as I possible, but she's doing that with you as well. So very cool. Marie is in the house catching you live from Arizona. Hi, Marie. Elaine is here from Little Valley, New York. We've got Wise Cracker. What a great name. Love that. Let's see. Maritza says, I set up my meetup for October 3rd, 2026 in the Las Vegas area at Buffalo Wild Wings, 4280 South. I'm not even going to try to say that word. Way Spring Valley, Nevada. I'm too redneck for that. From 11:30 to 4:30. So if you guys are out in that Las Vegas area, there's a meetup you can attend. We're talking about community. That's a really cool way to meet people locally and do that. So, let's see. Andy Lynn is here. Woo woo. What while I'm doing my radio show prep tonight. Okay, so I'm just goofing off. Love it. And Lisa from Phoenix is here. Valerie Doyle in the house from rural Wyoming. We got a really good crew in here. We got 49 people watching, but I'm not showing very many thumbs up, guys. Guys, hit that thumbs up and show Amanda how much you love her being here. Let's see. Jackie says, new here, pre-ordered your cookbook. Excited to try some recipes from Maui. Oh man, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for pre-ordering the cookbook. Jackie, make sure you go to my website and you go to the pre-order bonus page and you put your number in because the pre-order bonus is live for the cookbook. It is free. There's 10 extra recipes, all sorts of really cool behind the scenes of the making of the cookbook. It's kind of a behind the music special. It's fun. Would really love for you to go and get that for yourself and download that. And it gives you a sneak peek of what it's going to be like when the cookbook comes out. So Marie says, enjoy the sneak peek of the cookbook. I love it. Our neighbor Richard Williams from Copper Hill is in the house, and there's Papa Nashville. I'm sure Mama Nashville is not far behind, so hopefully they'll hear the birthday shout out for her. Um, Good to see
Also,
you
they're
guys.
hanging out with you when they could be out on the town living it up, and they're supporting. That's awesome.
I know, I know. Listen, my parents are hardcore party animals too. I mean, you know, they're out there getting crunk, as the kids would say. Elaine is in the house. We've got Angelia in the house. Let's see. Auntie says, yes, that's right. Mama Nashville and I share a birthday. I love that. Brian is in the house. Hi, Chris, Ash, and Amanda. Marie says, Chris, your mom is beautiful. Yes, she is. Unfortunately, I ended up looking like my dad. No, no. My parents are both good-looking people, and I got at least a little bit from both of them, so I can at least walk by without breaking the mirror. My dad says, "Happy birthday, Auntie." And Cookie Carter is in the house. Says, "Good night to Chris and guest." There's Rick Charger Mopar from Miami. Good to see you, my brother. And Jonah Big Fish in the house. 66 Horse Jumper's birthday is Friday. Happy birthday. And yes, happy birthday to you as well. So we've got several birthdays in the house. Let's get a little light show going on for all of the birthdays today. And Stacy from Easy Peasy Keto is here. Woohoo. We were both watching. We'll see you both next month for Low Carb for Better Health. We love Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati for exotic meats. I love Jungle Gyms as well. Very cool grocery store. So, Amanda, tell us all about Low Carb for Better Health. Since Stacy brought that up, we'd love to know what all's going on.
Yeah, so it is August, no, September. That's how much Tuesday feels like Monday. So
Yeah.
September 26th and 27th, it's at Montgomery Bell State Park, which is a beautiful state park about an hour west of Nashville
Mhm.
in the town that I live in. So it's in Dixon, even though it says Burns, it's really Dixon kind of thing. We have a stellar lineup coming. We have Dr. Kimberry will be there, of course. Dr. Trocalazian is coming. Dr. Tony Hampton will be there. Amy Berger is coming to Crazy Ketos. James Berry, Susie Bissoff. I know I'm missing people and I really shouldn't. Chris Bear from Keto Chow and Salty. I will be
Mhm.
taking the stage. My daughter Willow is going to be taking the stage. We're super excited about the speaker lineup, but take away the speakers and this event is still a great event
Mhm.
because it's about the environment and sitting down with each other and hearing each other's stories and getting encouragement and learning things that you wouldn't have thought just from someone who knows absolutely nothing health wise. You're probably going to learn more from the individual who's living that life more than you're
Mhm.
going to learn from me at that event, honestly. But it's just a great relaxing time to sit down and connect and unwind. We have Route 22 Meats that will be there, and my good friend Chris is going to be cooking up some samples during our vendor time. So Saturday morning starts with check-in and vendor time. We've got 11 different vendors of different variety there. you can peruse. If you don't want to spend all your time in the vendor, there's a guided hike in the park. It is a state park and it's beautiful and
Hmm.
wonderful trails. Now, we're not talking about like mountainous trails, but it is a 3 hour hike that they're going on. So you want to make sure you're physically able to kind of do that hike there. So you can
Hmm.
do the hike or you can visit the vendors. And then we're having a wonderful afternoon full of talks. Then dinner is served. The meat that will be at dinner will be not cooked by Chris, unfortunately, because the venue has to cook their own meat for meals served to the larger crowd. But it is from
Yeah.
Route 22 Meats. Again, it'll be kind of like a fajita style type thing. During dinner, Healing
Hmm.
Humanity is going to be showing their documentary. I'm super stoked about it because I haven't got to see it yet. I am purposely not went to any of the showings because I wanted to watch it at the event and nice Q&A with them afterwards.
Hmm.
Sundays filled with another morning full of wonderful talks, and then we'll be serving up a lunch. It's going to be a picnic style. They call it All American Picnic. It's basically hamburgers. you know, it's hamburgers. So we got good meat. Now that is not Route 22 meat or Route 22 meat. How country are you? Do you say route or route?
Oh, growing up, I used to say route. I used to say
Yes.
route all the time. Everybody around me said route. I've gotten in my older years, I've gotten to say route because I've spent enough
Yeah.
time in the city. But I used to say route.
Yeah. I think I just go back and forth with it. It's just whatever comes out at that moment. But yes, after lunch, then it's just some more time. You're welcome to kind of leave at your leisure after the late lunch, 1 or 2 o'clock.
Hmm.
Visit with people or go ahead and head home for the afternoon. But it's going to be a great weekend.
I am so looking forward to it. Ash and I have said this so many different times, but of the different low carb events we've been to, we enjoy them all, but low carb for better health is our favorite. It
Yeah,
really is because there's a special feeling about low carb for better health. I think it's a combination of the location being so beautiful and the speakers that you get. You just as someone who runs an event, you just know how to curate talent, as it were. You just pull in people in a way where we really felt like when we were there last year, we walked away with knowledge and information that I hadn't already heard at every other event. And I think that's one of the things that we really try as best we can with whatever we do to always have the most useful tools that someone can take home. And that was what I loved so much about Low Carb for Better Health. As we went there and we talked, and there was this amazing community and the location was awesome. And then we actually heard things that it's like, I've never heard that before.
yeah.
That's really cool. And I walked away with things that were really helpful for me with my own diet, my own lifestyle, my own things I'm trying to do. So it is a fantastic event. If you guys do not already have your tickets, you need to get them ASAP because if you miss out, then you're going to be real sad about that. So LC the number 4BH.com. Guys, go grab your tickets. And I believe there's a discount code if you put in the letters CCN as well.
Mhm. Yes, up until the
So
26th of this month. Now, on the 26th, all the discounts go away. So go grab it now.
that's right. That's right.
Um,
Be there or be square because you're not around, right?
yeah, yeah. Some of the things that I also love about this conference is so many conferences are moving to these platforms of like just panels of speakers. So you never
Mm,
really hear like a lot from one person. Um,
right.
or the talks are getting smaller so that they can fit more people in, which I totally get.
Hmm.
But I'm not going to do that. Each of my speakers has a full kind of like hour block that they can
Yeah.
talk and they can take question and answers for that specific speaker afterwards. And so it lends
Yeah.
to a more relaxed environment.
Hmm.
I feel like that's what this whole conference is. It's just relaxed. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels pushed or hurried or anything of that nature. Everybody's
Hmm.
happy. Even in the vendor hall when we're all bumping each other,
Yeah.
nobody's ever yelling or mad or upset or anything. It's like a family reunion where we all like each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's very much the vibe that it had last year was that a family reunion. That's a great way of putting it. And Ash and I met so many people that it was either the first time we had met them and they felt like family right away, or it was maybe the first time we'd seen them in a while. And it was so good to just get to hang out with people. So I'm telling you guys, I love the event. I love how Amanda organizes it. I think she gets amazing speakers and that's I think that's what I'm probably picking up on is that I'm giving speakers time to actually like put together presentations that are helpful because there are so many people in this space that have amazing information. But
Mm.
if you only give them 3 minutes of actual speaking time, they can only cover so much. And they're trying to, get to as many people as they can with every single word that they say. And so sometimes we don't always get to hear them dig into like the nuances and the special things that it's like, oh, I've never heard that before. That would make a lot of sense and connect the dots for some people. So I love low carb for better health. We are honored to get to go. We're gonna cook up some meat samples with Route 22. Yori is awesome, and we're already talking about getting that all set up. So Route 22 is fantastic. We've done some videos with them, and if you guys, if you're looking for a place to get really high quality beef that you understand where it has been sourced from, Route 22 is really cool because I had this conversation with Yori, and this is why I love that they're being so involved and they're sponsoring, so much for low carb for better health. I was talking with him about their meat and he was showing me the labels on the package. I thought this was really cool because all the packages had different farm labels on it. And
Mhm.
I was like, so if it all comes from Route 22, why does it all have all these different labels? And he said, at Route 22, we do not relabel our meat because although we are the middleman that gets it and sources it for people to purchase from these farms that they would never be able to find otherwise, I don't ever want Route 22 to cover the label of where
Mhm.
these are coming from because I want you to be able to open that package, eat that steak, look at the name on the label and see the address. And I
Mhm.
want you to be able to go to an online phone book and call the farmer that grew that cow if there's a reason you really needed to. And he's like, these
Mhm.
guys are the ones that are doing the work. These farms are putting in the time. They are the ones making sure you're getting the highest quality meat possible, and their name needs to be the one that you can trace this back to the source so you can really understand where your food comes from. So I think what they do is so cool.
Oh, yeah, and that's a community fostering thing in and of itself. Just,
Hmm.
your food. Like, okay, I grew a garden this year, guys. Don't hate on me because I ate some vegetables and had a watermelon in there. It's my daughter's favorite fruit, okay? But
How
there's
dare you?
but it's her favorite, and it's been her favorite. And she can handle a lot more watermelon than I can handle, to be honest.
Mm,
So but the point is, I knew where that stuff was grown. It was grown in my
hmm.
backyard. I cared for it. I watered it. I touched it. This meat, it's you can see where it was grown, where that cow's life was spent, and go and
Hmm.
look at the farmer that cared for that cow. So much time when we're thinking about the farming of cattle, we think these big industries where cows are living in between metal fences on dirt and nasty mess.
Hmm.
Guys, I live on a cattle farm. I live on a small cattle farm in Middle Tennessee. That ain't how these cows are living. They're living up their best life, out there grazing with their family, not being hurt, being cared for, checked on. I mean, my parents check their cows twice a day, morning, afternoon,
Hmm.
make sure they have access to their water, make sure none of them have got injured during that day and doesn't need care. Up until the last day of their life, it's pretty sweet. And same for this community that Route
Hmm.
22 is doing, is just pulling it from a bigger source, because a lot of these farmers could not make it if they didn't have somebody helping them sell their beef,
Yeah.
getting the work up there. It's not like Kroger is coming and buying their beef.
Right. Right. And I think that's one of the important things to realize about things. This is why a company like Route 22 is so helpful. Small farms that are out there, they're doing the work. They just want to be able to raise their cattle, give them a
Mhm.
good life, and then get that cow in front of the person who's going to eat it. But
Mhm.
that takes a whole supply chain and all of these things. And when you are a small farm, I mean, you're competing with gigantic corporations that do this on a national scale,
Yep.
and they have all the supply chains and all these things all tied up. And so little farms like that, they can't be cattle farmers and do that properly, and then also be transportation businesses and also be supply chain logistics managers and also go and market themselves to grocery stores. You cannot do all of that on that level. So a company like Route 22 going and actually finding these little farms and then finding customers, bringing them together and working on the logistics of shipping it from here to there so you can actually get a hold of truly properly grass-fed, grass-finished, like local farm type beef.
Yep.
That's an incredible thing. And I think it's really cool too because you may not have a local source of beef that you really trust and you're like, I don't even know how I'd find something like this locally. If you can find something within your local area,
Right.
go down the road and buy it from that farmer. Like support
Mhm.
your local community, your local investment of your time and your money and all of these things, your economy right there. Absolutely. But if you can't find that and you go, but I would really like to support a small farm, this is a way to do it where someone helps you find here's a family that when you purchase this, you're putting food on their table as well because they're cattle farmers trying to make a living. I think it's so cool they do this.
Absolutely. And they will be running a conference discount, and Chris and I can both post it. And so
Mhm.
anyone, even if you're not coming to the event, you can support this company and the farmers that are with it and support the event too to let them know, hey, you tried this out because of our event. That's pretty awesome.
Yes, absolutely. So Auntie is making flourless chocolate cupcakes for the birthday celebration with the family in Yosemite, and
Mm.
says that she's hoping my mom gets to do something special too. I am sure my dad will be making my mom some special something for her birthday as well. I just know how that goes. So, and my mom says, "Thanks for all the birthday wishes, guys. Not partying tonight. Went to work today, working tomorrow, then going out to dinner." There we go. There we go. Now, I did see, I just want to answer this really quickly. A couple of questions. Cookie says she's having a problem pre-ordering the book in Barbados, something about Barnes and Noble saying the email cannot be used. Cookie, the only thing I could say is just maybe create a new email address and try it with that. If for some reason they can't use your email, I don't know. Um, I've never actually talked to Barnes and Noble. That's all between the publisher and Barnes and Noble runs their own system. So I unfortunately don't have any access to change that. But if you maybe just set up a new like Google like a Gmail or something and see if maybe that would work. That's the best I can suggest there. I'm sorry that's being difficult for you. And then Elaine says, "Where do we find the pre-order number for my cookbook? I pre-ordered." So take whatever your order number is. If you get it from Amazon, you get it from Barnes and Noble, whatever, it's going to send you an email and it's going to have an order number that's like your purchase number. That's the only thing you need. And you can go to my website and just go to the pre-order bonus page and you can use that order number and it'll verify everything and make sure you're good to go. And then it'll give you the ability to link to that. So. Um, so Candy says, just saw a nurse practitioner. She was upset that I didn't want to take a statin. I tried to explain how good I was feeling. She scoffed, wouldn't test for cholesterol because, quote, she just knew it is bad. I can already see the look on Amanda's face. I'd love to see what you think of that, Amanda.
Well, it's kind of sad. I mean, really, why would an electrician
Mhm,
just install light, thinking it might go bad tomorrow? I mean, come on, guys, do some testing. But it's just an example of someone who's kind of narrow-minded, close-minded. They have their idea of how things should work that they were taught, and in fairness, that's how they were taught. And when you're taught
mhm,
things, you think that you're right just because someone smarter than you at the moment taught you those things, and you have to then go figure it out yourself and be curious enough to find it out yourself if you think differently. So,
mhm,
they're a closed-minded mindset. That's all they're thinking. And there are a tons of providers out there who really think that everybody, regardless of their cholesterol, should be on a statin. They are. They just,
mhm.
regardless, because of some of the research that's out there with it that does show some benefits here and there. But yeah, no, that's just why would you? I would never put someone on a medicine without testing or having a good legitimate reason and being able to give you that legitimate reason and then have a discussion with you on whether or not you want to do it. Because at the end of the day, it's your body, and the provider should never be your dictator. They're not there to dictate what you do and how you do it. They're there to give you information and to be your partner. That's why a lot of the
Mhm,
times I call my patients clients and not just patients. And I get a lot of flack from that on social media from calling people clients. But a
mhm,
client is someone you partner with and that I invest because you're trusting me. A patient is somebody that I have control over. That's kind of how I see
mhm.
it. I don't have control over anybody. I other than myself, and sometimes I don't have control over myself, Chris. It's just kind of how it is. But you know, that conversation should be: these are your pros, these are your cons.
Yeah.
Let me address your fears, and then you decide what you want to do. So
Yeah.
that's just a closed-minded
Yeah,
mindset.
I know. I totally agree. And this is one of the reasons like Ash and I have told multiple people that we know like who are asking us, hey, I'm having some health stuff going on. I would like to get some opinions on this, some support, whatever. And I'm like, Amanda, ClearPath Medical, like go, like don't hesitate, go. And we've sent a bunch of people your way. And I sort of I look at this, you use the analogy of an electrician. I think I look at this sort of with a very similar outlook from the standpoint of a chef. If someone walks into my kitchen and they go, well, I would like the such and such dish, but I don't like onion. So I would prefer you leave the onion out. And I go, well, no, I just know you're going to like it better that way. So I'm going to put it in there and you need to eat the onion because I told you to. Now, I may think that that's the way the dish should be, and that might be the way I make that dish as a standard thing.
Mhm.
But if you're serving somebody else the food, you don't put on the plate what you think should go on the plate unless that's what they want you to do. But
Yeah.
if they make a special request, that's why chefs don't put stuff on the plate. So I look at this and I go, even if the statin was the best thing, which I don't think any of us in this community just automatically blindly ever believe things like that. But even if it was, it's still the patient's right to say, I don't want that. Like at the end of the day, like we're not lab rats living in cages that are being involuntarily injected with the things that are supposed to be healthy. Like,
Mhm.
I think you have to respect that. And I think that's, as Amanda has talked about these kinds of things on her live streams and the things that she does with Clear Path Medical and talked about like this has to be a partnership. This is a relationship. I think that's really cool. I think that's why if you guys are looking for someone who's really supportive like that, that's why Amanda and her whole staff, that's why they are so good for this because she understands that.
Well, thank you.
Blue Diamond Bill is in the house. Better late than never. Howdy, y'all. And Pa Beater is in the house. Good to see you, my friend.
I believe he'll be at the
um
Art for Better Health too.
I certainly hope so. I want to see one of his epic Hawaiian shirts again.
Oh.
Let's see. Andy Lynn says, perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Perfect. Stacy, we loved it last year. The best we have been to for getting close to internet
Mhm.
friends. Yes. Um, Six horse jumper. Chris, you and Ash come to up in Canada. I will have recipes to share, some amazing carnivore Italian recipes. We can cook together. I'll show you our beautiful island. Love you. If we could make it up that way, up to Prince Edward Island, I would have such a blast. Maybe we can tour up there this next year. That would be a lot of fun.
I can fit in a suitcase.
There we go. There we go. Amanda's coming in the suitcase.
Or I'm sure you need a concierge medical provider with you at all times. That's what.
Listen, listen, every famous musician who tours around the country has their medical team that is like on call at any given moment. So when Ash blows up like, double, triple platinum,
Mhm.
you'll be the first call.
There.
Uh Pop Eater says tomorrow is my 3-year carniversary. Woohoo. That is awesome. Congratulations. Holly Springer is in the house. Bangkok Bob in Thailand. Love it. Everyone's telling Pa Beater happy carniversary. Man, a lot of people celebrating a lot of stuff tomorrow, guys. Really, really cool. So Amanda, we were talking about, your clients, and don't anybody come at Amanda. It's there's a reason for vocabulary. There's a reason we make these intentional choices, and I think she is very right to do so. So talk about that a little bit. Talk about Clear Path Medical and what you can do and how you can help people.
Yeah, so ClearPath Medical has been open for 1 year and 8 months because we opened in January of 2025. Now, I have been around a lot longer than that. I've been around for, I don't know, a long time. We'll just say a long time at this point. But I got brave enough to open my own practice, mainly because I broke free from the insurance-based model at that time.
Mhm.
It was just not a model that I could continue to operate in for my sanity and for the care of my clients.
Mm,
I realized that I needed to have the flexibility to spend quality time to get to know them and to be able to ask questions. And if I needed to see them back in a week or two, to be able to see them back in a week or two and not say, all right, my next appointment's in about 6 months. I'll see you then because, they had something to follow up on. So I formed Clear Path Medical so that people could have a clear path to health. a clear answer, a clear direction, clear answers, all of that kind of stuff. Because I feel like healthcare is
Hmm.
just a big confusion space in general. My staff that is with me has been with me for 10 years. So we are a tight knit team. Marley, my front desk and office practice manager, she's amazing at connecting people. She will try to give you medical advice sometimes, just ignore that. Ignore her medical advice. I'm just kidding. She actually gives some good advice, but it's not medical. And then I have my health coach, Amber, and my lovely nurse, Lori, that is with me. And then Rebecca Bavry also works with me as a health coach inside of the Chris Cookie Nashville community, the band, and also helping just here and there see clients while she is in NP school. So at
Oh.
ClearPath Medical, we focus on metabolic health as the primary point of most disease. I call it root cause medicine, so getting to
Hmm.
the backbone of what's going on, and then offer you solutions that are natural, but sometimes also conventional. So it's the best of both worlds, in my opinion.
Hmm.
When medicine broke from doing everything natural and putting everything in the hand of drugs, I think we got it wrong, and it should have been a marriage all along. Because there are certain situations that when the body breaks, I'm grateful that we have medicine. I'm grateful that we have conventional medicine to help fix it and help pull it back together. And then there's other times
Hmm.
when we should not be reliant on those things and be giving the body what it needs to heal naturally. So
Yeah.
that's what we do at ClearPath. So it is a direct primary care practice. We have some people that just see us for weight management, some people that just see us for like a big annual consult, some for hormones, and some for everything from the top to the bottom, full service primary.
Hmm. I think that is so, so cool. I know that that we've talked about like how difficult it can kind of be to break out of the insurance model in the
Mhm.
medical system. And
Mhm.
I think we're also used to that, to the insurance thing, that
Mhm.
it almost sounds weird when you say it at first, but then when you actually look at it and see, well, this is why we can do it. This is what I can do to help you. And this is why it can actually be very affordable for you, and it can actually sustain a business for me, and you can actually get healthy, and I can actually be fulfilled as a medical practitioner who is helping people, and none of us is bound up by paperwork where somebody else takes all of the money. Like
Yep.
it's really crazy. I mean, it's almost like it's maybe the way it was meant to work a long time ago.
Yeah, I think so. It does remind me of how medicine was, maybe I don't know how long ago it was. I would definitely
Hmm.
wasn't around then. Insurance is actually no. In the 1980s, we had catastrophic insurance. We didn't have
Hmm.
insurance for everyday doctor's office visits. So your relationship that you had with your doctor was more of a cash pay type thing, and the insurance covered you
Hmm.
if you had surgery or something. And I feel like that's probably the last time that we really had a lot of good doctor patient, doctor client relationships. And
Yeah.
then when it started getting into every avenue where managed care organizations told you what tests you could have and what criteria you had to meet to have those tests, what medicines you could have and what criteria you had to meet to do that. And then, by the way,
Hmm.
this is how much we're going to pay. For example, my daughter had to have a colonoscopy last year because of her gut issues that she's having.
Hmm.
I have a high deductible plan, so I paid $7,500 for that colonoscopy. I priced it for a cash pay test. A patient, no joke, the next month $2,000. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
It's just a messed up world, a messed
Yeah.
up medical system.
Yeah, it is, but that's why people like you and the one and only Dr. Barry,
Right.
this is why this kind of information and people like you guys that are trying to create options and educate people and make sure that they know what decisions they're making and why they're making it. I think that's why it matters so much. And truthfully, that's why it was such an honor for you to agree to come be a part of the community and to provide the information you do. Because I mean, here's the deal. At the end of the day, I'm a redneck country guitar player who happens to be really daggum good in the kitchen. And it's like, and I can take proper human diet ingredients and make recipes all day long, and I can listen to all of the doctors and people like nurse practitioners and researchers and all this stuff. And I can tell you, well, here's what all of the research says, because these other people who know way more about medicine than I ever could. This is what they're seeing. So I can say it all day long, but it really means something special when it comes from the person who, no, I went to school for this. I understand this from that side of it. And then I came over to this side because I saw the real research saying, okay, let's not blindly just do what we have been doing that's leading us down this dark path. Let's actually fix some things. So it was a huge, huge honor when Ash and I asked you if you would be a part of the band, and you agreed. So tell everybody a little bit about like what it is you guys are doing in the band, because if you guys aren't in the band, you might not know what Amanda and her team does over there.
Yeah, so we have our own little corner called Dynamic Decks, and don't ask me to explain that, but I made some rock, like looking things to go along with it. And I think it looked pretty cool, and I need a makeover. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I need a makeover, a rock star makeover, because I'm looking to, I don't know, professionally over here. All right, so the team and I regularly post in the band. I do a live Q&A once a month. I'm hosting some challenges in the band, like the exercise ones that we've done.
Hmm.
I am also there to answer general medical questions, so I will not give direct medical advice to you individually in the band. I'm not going to interpret all of your blood work, but giving general medical advice and helping you kind of understand generalizations of what's going on.
Hmm.
That's what I'm there for. My health coach, Rebecca Babry, is doing online health coaching
Hmm.
every other Saturday. She hosts a group, and it's not just about, hey, yeah, you can do this. It's the science behind why you should do this too, and bringing in
Hmm.
the health side and the psychological motivation side of it together. So she's bringing that there. My nurse, Lori, she likes to post motivational and funny things in there. So she
Hmm.
posted about, I think, cheesecake or something, National Cheesecake Day, and go take a rest day. I mean, she just likes to, throw some humor in there and some lighter heart
Hmm.
things to bring awareness. But she also did a good post on how to prepare for blood work, just the
Mm.
basic steps that you should take if you're going to get your blood work, whether it's fasting or not fasting, if you're on certain medicine, should you take it or not take it, how to make sure your veins are pumped up and the best ready to go, at that moment that's there. And Amber, health coach, is joining in with some of those and also issuing just some motivational thinking behind it. So we're
Hmm.
there to support. We're there to put in extra connections that are more healthcare minded, and I love it because you've got the how to do life and then how to take care of yourself, kind of all coming together, and that's
Yeah.
an awesome community. It really is an awesome community.
Yeah, I have so much fun over there. I'm giving you guys a little look inside here right now. This is inside the band. This is our main kind of chat of the members feed, and you can go over here to all of our spaces on the left-hand side, and there it is, Amanda Decker's Dynamics deck. And for any of you who are not musicians, because Ash and I are musicians, and so everything we do is all music themed, right? And of course, you're in the band, so it's all music themed. Dynamics are the sort of the volume levels up and down, the aggressiveness of the way a tone sounds, like all of these different things, the back and forth, the range of what you're working with. That's your
Mhm.
dynamics, and your dynamics deck, like everything when you put when you put effects into a rack, you have like a whole deck of all of these different effects when you're running sound. And so
Mhm.
as we were setting this up for Amanda, I was like, it needs to be called the dynamics deck because it's the ups and the downs and the back and the forth and all of the details that give us that flow of what our health journey is really like metabolically. And it just all came together. But this is Amanda Decker's dynamics deck, and you can see there are events. And Amanda puts her live streams, and there's things with Coach Rebecca in there, and there's a nice little chat in here where people can talk with each other, and there's this really cool feed that allows you to just kind of see like what's going on. It's kind of like a little mini Facebook. And so it's what's going on, and you can comment on these posts and everything. And we have a bunch of different stuff. There's that. There's my spaces that I have, like the Chris Cooking Nashville feed, my secret recipe stash. Ash has a section here called Amplified with Ash where she shares stuff. Pastor Bob, the carnivore pastor of the heavy metal church that Ash and I go to, he is in there and has his own space where he shares, his journey and his motivation as a person who was a vegan for 40 years and then went carnivore because he ended up in a hospital with cancer. Like just really wild. So there's amazing stories, and all of the members. I was talking with Jeff, who I told you guys was here. He's a member in there, and we were talking about this. And his wording, the way he put it was, "I've been in there, and there's not a stinker in the bunch." And that was kind of his overview. And I agree with him. Like we have so many people that are in there that are just encouraging each other, and we're not judgmental. We don't look at you as you have to do this perfectly. And if you have a cheat meal, if you eat something you're not supposed to, if you drink something you're not supposed to, if you are struggling and the stress of life gets you and you go out for pizza, if you like whatever, like I'm not going to be like, "Oh, that's totally fine. That was healthy for you. Good for you." I'm not going to do that.
Do it
But we're
again.
not, that's right. That's right. We're not going to encourage you to keep doing it, but we're also not going to judge you, and we're not going to jump down your throats. And I feel like, this whole thing we're talking about with community, that's part of the hardest thing about doing this is sometimes your family doesn't understand. Sometimes your friends don't understand. Even if they understand, if they're not doing it with you, they're not really in the midst of it with you. And sometimes, even if they are in the midst of it with you, they're having a good day and you're not. And you just need some people to talk to. And whatever your situation is, that's why we created this group, because it is the resource I wish I would have had on those days when I was still almost 400 pounds and I was struggling and I wanted to go eat all of the trash food because it had been a really bad day. And I just wanted to medicate myself with food that was not good for me. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't have people to talk to. And I mean, like, Ash and I would talk about it, but I also don't want to have to put so much of that pressure on the person that lives with me day in and day out and sees the moods up and down when I'm going through the hard stuff. Like that's not fair to her either. And I wish I would have had that community to be able to just go in and be like, "Guys, I'm struggling today. Does anybody have any advice? Anyone been through this? Any tips? Am I crazy?" And it would have, especially if I would have had Amanda and her team there, that I could have been like, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing here. How do I figure out my protein and fat goals based on what I want my ideal body weight to do?" I've never done that before. Like when I first started doing this, I didn't know all that stuff. And I mean, it would have been amazing to have like Coach Becca be like, "Okay, what's your ideal body weight you're trying to sort of theoretically get to?" Okay, well, then if we do like this much per pound of ideal body weight, this is probably what you're looking at protein. Play with your fat macro. Try this, try that. This will satiate you. If you're really craving stuff, think about these things. Like I would have loved having that, and that's what we've really tried to build for you guys. So, um, major shout out to Amanda and her team for being a part of the band, because it's a cool group, but when she and the whole team came in, it became like a really way cool group, and that's what really changed over there. So, if you guys are not members, you can go to this link. Dustin dropped it in for us. It's also in the description box. Go click that, come join the band. It's like for the price of a coffee, you get a month of access to all of these people, and you will get out of it what you put into it. So come in the band, but also talk to people, share your stories, ask the questions, watch my live streams, watch Amanda's live streams, watch Rebecca's live streams. Like, come be involved and just be active and chat with people and support each other, because that's why we're all here. Let's see. Dustin says Amanda could probably fit in a carry-on if we want to take you to Prince Edward Island. It's so funny. I have on my phone this picture of Amanda and I standing in the kitchen at ClearPath Medical, and it's like there's me and then there's Amanda.
When people meet me in person, they get, "Wow, I really thought you were taller." I was like, "I'm sorry, but when I'm online, you only see from here up. How are you supposed to get somebody's height?" No.
It's so funny. The same thing happened the first time I met Dr. Kiltz.
Oh yeah.
I walked into, it was Meat Stock last year, and it was the
Uh-huh.
first time I'd met him in person. I'd been on like his live stream and stuff. I walked in for the first time, and I mean, and I tower over him because he is not the big dude that he kind of looks like on his videos.
Yeah.
He's in great shape, but he's just not nearly as tall as I am. And I was like, I had no idea. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah. I really
Let's
want,
see.
I want to get Dr. Barry and Dr. Baker together and to hold me sideways like this.
Yes, that would be an amazing picture. You guys could do that and you could sell prints of that. People would love to have a picture like that.
Hilarious.
It'd be amazing. Dustin updated your list to have Illinois on there. Awesome. 66 Horse Jumper says, Yay, I hope you do come to Prince Edward Island. Amanda is welcome too. We would have a blast.
We would.
Dustin reminding you guys, Amanda is in the band.
Mhm.
Just saying. Jonah Big Fish says, Amanda, if you want to go on tour with us, you can play the stethoscope. I love that. That is
So
fantastic.
my stethoscope is actually headphones. Like it's Bose headphones because I'm deaf and I wear hearing aids. Well, I'm not completely deaf. I'm partially deaf and I wear hearing aids. And so everybody, I pull them out and they're like, "Are you going to listen to music?" No, I'm like, "No, I'm not going to listen to you." So it kind of look
Oh,
like
that's so fantastic. What a great conversation starter.
I know.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm just listening to stuff. Don't worry about
Don't worry, we're gonna see what you're playing inside.
it. That's so fat. That's so fantastic. Joe is here, says finally made it. Good to see you both. Um, so Andy says, yes, absolutely natural medicine, 100%. I've been an herbalist for 15 years, mostly for just my family and friends. That's cool. Uh, Paw Beater wants to know, Amanda, do you accept chickens as payment if the person gets better?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I am thinking of giving the lady that does my pedicures a big, huge discount and trading out pedicures for camper. I
There you
might
go.
consider chickens. I mean, the price of good whole chickens that are, farm raised and not grain fed, and they're
Hmm.
expensive.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And especially if you don't have the land to raise them, it can be pretty tough. 66 Horse Jumper, so grateful for this carnivore lifestyle. So glad I did not poison myself with Ozempic GLP-1s. This is much better. Carnivore works, period. Yeah, I know there's some people out there that have some really big concerns with the GLP-1s and some of that kind of stuff. Do you have any opinions on any of that, Amanda? Like I know there's
I have
research on
lots
kind of
of
both
opinions.
sides.
I
Sure.
have lots of opinions, and I think I did a fairly decent video well, a couple of weeks ago that looked at a study that did a semaglutide, which is Ozempic, one of the bigger GLP-1s, with a ketogenic diet. It was reviewing a study of it, but the first GLP-1 actually came out on the market the same year that I did in medical practice. So
Mm,
I've grown up with this class of medicines, and my career has evolved around them, and my opinions have changed. So before I really went more holistically and got into the metabolic health space, I was all in because these drugs were like the best miracle drugs we had out there, fixing
hmm
things and doing major things for people that we hadn't seen in years. And then I kind of moved into oh, nobody should take these. We shouldn't give them to anybody. There are all these side effects and warnings and stuff we just don't know, and then you're hooked on them forever. And I think now I'm kind of in a much more I'm in more an adult relationship with them now. So to
mm,
say, I think they have their place. Okay.
hmm
That should be very individualized and should be taken with full informed consent, knowing the pros and
mm,
the cons and the risk and the benefits and what it does actually look like to try to get off them if you do go on them, and how painful that can be to get off of them. But for some individuals, they can be a helpful tool. And here again, I'm not the judge or the jury or the one that says, I mean, sometimes I say, no, I'm not giving you that because I think it's unsafe. I'm not going to give a care that I think is unsafe, just not going to do it. Um,
hmm
but it's my job to give you the pros and the cons, and you decide what's best for your body. And so
Yeah.
if you don't want them, great. We're going to support that journey, and we're going to give you all the tools that we can and pour ourselves into you to try to help you in any way we can. And if that's something you want in your journey, okay, then we're still going to pour everything into you to try to help your journey be the best and teach you the right ways for everything and to keep you as safe as possible and manage that
Mm.
treatment as safely as possible at the same time.
I love that. It's almost like you're using common sense.
Oh, maybe.
What a concept. Todd is here, says, Hey, Chris, got a great leftover recipe for breakfast called gravy train bacon. Make a crock pot chuck roast the day before, make plenty of
Mm.
gravy. Next morning, throw bacon in your air fryer or pan and cook up some bacon. Warm up the leftover gravy, put in a cup, dip your bacon in it. So good. I like that, man.
Mm.
Get that gravy and that bacon together. That's a good combo right there. Willie Mills is here. Hello, I'm a client of Amanda Decker. Amanda and her entire crew are amazing people. I agree. I absolutely agree. 66 Horse Jumper. Guys, if you have not tried Chris's maple bacon ice cream custard, go find it and make it crazy good. I can't eat pork, so I use turkey bacon. Absolutely delicious. Amanda actually got to try that maple bacon custard that I made too. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Emily is here. She says Coach Becca has created a monster. She gave me some advice regarding macros and hormones, and now let's just say it's a darn good thing we can't get pregnant again. Andrew says thank you. Hey, you know what? I I saw. Listen, I'm a rock musician at heart. It doesn't always have to be a pure family show, and I love the fact that Emily says this. Um, I saw a meme on Instagram and it said, if you're not horny, you're not healthy. And I stopped and I thought, if you really tie that back to what hormone balance is supposed to look like in a metabolically healthy person, that actually makes a lot of sense. So I guess Rebecca is doing her job, Amanda, and is out there helping the women of the world. So 66 horse jumper Chris, please show us how to cure and make homemade beef bacon. Thank you. If I can find a raw beef belly, I will. That is a tough meat to source where I am, but I'll have to see what I can do.
So I would think, what is that cut of meat? I mean, what do we usually do with that?
Beef belly, I think a lot of times it's just not a very popular cut. I think a lot of
Mhm.
times they grind it up in like just burger
Just put it.
because it's I think it's thinner than like a pork belly. Like there's not as much just like meat hanging
Yeah,
there because of the way a cow is shaped. So I
yeah,
think a lot of times it gets ground up because they just don't do anything with it. I've seen beef bacon at Costco, but
yeah.
it's not usually cheap.
I'll ask my butcher when I get my next cow done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a section of it would be something. Give it.
Absolutely. I'd love to actually make some beef bacon. I actually made homemade pork bacon that I
Mm,
brought over to Dr. Barry and Nisha when we were over there at their house the other day. I made two different kinds of it. I've got a video that's going to come out Saturday showing people how I did that. So, yeah,
mm,
same process would totally work for beef though.
mm,
So, very, very, very cool. Dustin is so sweet. He says, "Show Ash some love, stream Family." Yes, Ash has a brand new single out called Family, and it is fantastic. And I have to give my wife a shout out here. This is her fastest and best performing song she's ever released. She is over 1,000 monthly listeners on Spotify right now, which for an independent artist, that's a really hard metric to hit. So she's gotten picked up by some big playlists. Like she's out there making the dream happen, y'all. So y'all go show my wife some love, especially since she can't be here because she's out being a famous musician co-writing right now. So let's see. Xanador is here. Absolutely love what you're doing and saying, and couldn't agree more. Though I can't help but feel very sad at the same time, thinking about how far we've gone
mm,
from our ancestral upbringing.
mm,
Yeah, it's hard to imagine how much things maybe have changed when we realize some of these things. But I
mhm,
also think that's why all of us as a community banding together and trying to spread this message kindly in a supportive and nice way. It's why
mhm,
it matters so much. That's the reason my cookbook is like a rock and roll sort of fun kind of thing, because 99% of the world out there has no desire to do any of this because they think it sounds crazy. So if we're going to do the marketing game to get people to maybe consider this, I want to make it cool. I want to make it approachable. I want to make it fun. And I think that's honestly, it's exactly what you're doing with ClearPath Medical, where you're like, I'm trying to make this applicable to the average person, and I'm not going to force you through some funnel of you have to go meet saltwater carnivore on day one, and I'm going to beat you over the head if you don't with, all of these statistics, and you're not meaty enough to succeed. I mean, like, that's that stuff. Like we're trying to reach average people. You're trying to reach average people.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. And if you want to know my pricing, you can go look at my website. But I have a little beef with some of the people in our community that are doing the same thing I do because their prices are so high that
Hmm.
average people can't even reach them.
Yeah.
Um, and I get it. I get that not everybody can afford to do a cash pay clinic. And if you can't do a cash pay clinic, join the band. You can probably afford that. And then at least you connect with us in some way and get
Hmm.
some, connection with a provider who cares. But I do pride myself on not being $10,000 a year. That is not
Hmm.
it's not going to help the people out there that really need help.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Aunt Kay is here. You are his favorite. We love Kay. She came over and was in a Chris Cook in Nashville video quite a while back. She says she is 4'10", and I do remember when she stood next to me, she was quite small in comparison next to me. It was
Yeah.
such a great time having her here in the kitchen.
I got Aunt KB then by an inch or two.
Blue Diamond Bill wants to know, when will Amanda be licensed in the great state of Texas?
Yeah, so I was waiting on Illinois and Arkansas to fall. So now that that has, as soon as I get Arkansas sorted out, that is the next one I have my sights on. So hopefully soon.
That is amazing. Amazing. Let's see, guys. I want to be respectful of Amanda's time. We're kind of coming down to the hour here, but if you have any last minute, like super important questions, drop them in and I'm going to scroll through and just make sure we don't like turn someone away that we could have saved their life here real quickly. Um, I love this. Kimberly says Amanda is an amazing advocate for patients and their health. And I think that's a great way of describing it because sometimes I get the feeling from certain medical providers, it's like, I'm your dictator. I'm going to tell you what you need to do.
Mhm.
And then there are other people, you're this way. Dr. Barry is this way. There's
Mhm.
some other people in this space that I feel like I get this same vibe from. And it's like, I'm going to educate you on why these things matter in your body. And I'm going to help you feel empowered to advocate for your own health. And I'm going to stand alongside you and advocate for it. And we're going to work together so you can make the final decision of what you really want to do. Does that kind of ring how you feel about that?
Yeah, because absolutely, you're the one that lives with yourself, day in and day out. At the end of it,
Hmm.
you're the one that has to live in the situation that you're in. And I just want to
Yeah.
be to help you live to the fullest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin has the link right here. Please subscribe to Amanda. Yes, youtube.com, Deckerless Carbs. Please go subscribe to Amanda because it's not just all about the band. Amanda does live streams on her YouTube channel and she has a Facebook and an Instagram and all of these
But not
things. And
a
she talks
Twitter.
about, that's right, that's right, not a Twitter. Not a Twitter. But she does
Or
all of these. That's right, that's right.
there
But she
is,
does
don't
all
click
of
on anything
this.
on Twitter.
That's right. Don't click on anything on Twitter. Nothing, nothing. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're dealing with that. But Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, like go follow Amanda and like look at the stuff she's doing because she shares things about her life. She shares things about her health.
Yeah.
She shares things about products that she likes using because she knows the people who own these companies and she tries these things out. They might be tools that would be helpful for you. Like she has all of this great information. So you got to go, you got to go check her out and do all of that. So she's really great. If her subscriber count doesn't go up at least a little bit, then either nobody watched this or nobody listened and went and followed her. So go give her some subscribers because she's putting out great info. And if you guys don't see it, how can you share it with someone else to help them? Just
Mhm.
saying. Just saying. Everybody's talking about beef bacon. Stacy at Easy Peasy Keto says, Ohio, please.
I hear you.
And my dad says, what about Indiana?
I know Dustin feels the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
Indiana almost made the list. They were going to make nurse practitioners a full practice authority, meaning it would be an easy state for me to
Mhm.
into. And then their legislators squashed it. So talk
Yeah.
to your legislators, tell them how disappointed you are.
That's right. That's right. Like Dr. Barry is always encouraging people, go get involved in your local government, know what's going on, and start pushing what you want to see changed up the chain. I just have to put this up here because I think this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. Willie Mills says Amanda has helped me to bring my A1C from I think it was 11.7 down to as of June, I believe, to an A1C of 6. Thank you, Amanda. So you are like on the verge of being at a normal A1C. Like it is coming down, 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 and you are rock on just about in the normal range.
Yeah. I,
Like
I could do that. Will mine do that? Probably not. See,
there goes. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, and 50 pounds down so far. Just,
Mhm.
just in case we, just want to just slide that one off on there
Mhm.
too. So,
And you know what's
I
awesome about Willie is he brings me keto bricks as presents.
that that is the kind of patient
Yes.
client you want right there.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. I love that. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it because Amanda has been so kind to spend some time with us. But make sure you go subscribe to all of her stuff. If you need that relationship, that medical provider type relationship, go to clearpathmedical.net and look at what she offers and see if that is something she and the team can help you out. And if you don't want to do any of those things, but you still want to get some connection, you want some community, join the band. You can go to my website, chriscookingnashville.com. There's a button that says join the band, plus all my other stuff is there. It's in the description box of my video. It's on my YouTube videos in the description boxes. It's on my like it's everywhere. So come join the community and come interact with us and let us help you. I can give you some really cool recipes and cooking tips, and Amanda can give you some really great medical information to help you learn to advocate for your well-being and your health. And I think both of us would just love to have as many of you there as possible to help out. So, Amanda, did I forget anything, or is there anything you want to tell everybody?
Don't forget about Low Carb for Better Health, September 26th and 27th here in Middle Tennessee. Go to LC, the number 4BH.com and grab your tickets. Use the code CCN before the 26th of this month for a discount. So,
That's it. And don't forget the cookbook is still available for pre-order. And if you pre-order it before October 6th, you can go get that free pre-order bonus from my website. It's live right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys. Amanda, I love you. Thank you for being on here. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Go do some amazing things for your metabolic health today. This is Chris Cook in Nashville and the amazing Amanda Decker. Remember to eat your meat, love your life, take care of your metabolic health, especially if ClearPath Medical is on your side. And we will catch you guys here for a whole bunch more Backstage with Chris. See y'all.